Under the veil of wartime uncertainty in 1942, Los Angeles shimmered with both hope and trepidation. I recall the city bathed in restless energy, where streets once filled with carefree chatter now resonated with a subtler, anxious cadence. The distant hum of industry mixed with whispered rumors of enemy aircraft, and every resident felt the weight of the global conflict bearing down upon them. In this charged atmosphere, anti-aircraft batteries stood vigil, their silhouettes looming like silent guardians over the city. I immerse you into the narrative of that fateful night, inviting you to trace the footsteps of a city gripped by collective fear, yet buoyed by resilient spirit. Every street corner and every dimly lit alley seemed to hold secrets of an unfolding drama, a spectacle that would later be etched in history as the Battle of Los Angeles. Although the skies never revealed the menacing approach of enemy planes, the frantic bursts from the guns told a tale of a moment when perception clashed with reality. As we journey through this account, you will witness how a combination of wartime paranoia and technical misinterpretation sparked an event as bewildering as it was unforgettable, a narrative that continues to captivate our imagination even today. In the early 1940s, the echoes of conflict reverberated far beyond the battlefields of Europe and Asia. Across America's vast borders, the threat of enemy action loomed large, especially on the sparkling shores of California. Los Angeles, a city known for its glamour and burgeoning film industry, was transformed overnight into a focal point of war defense. I paint an image of a metropolis where the optimism of sunny days collided with the darkness of global aggression. The government's call for patriotic vigilance, coupled with widespread media coverage, infused a sense of urgency into everyday life. Military installations were established, and civilians were urged to remain alert, preparing for the possibility of a sudden assault. Amid this charged environment, overhead patrols and scattered radar beacons became symbols of constant readiness. The city's skyline, punctuated by industrial smokestacks and sprawling movie sets, now played host to military parades, public drills, and the unmistakable aura of tension. Each night, as families huddled around radios for reassurance, the possibility of enemy bombers triggered an almost palpable anxiety. Every clatter of footsteps on the pavement or rustle in the dark whispered of a potential emergency. In this mid-century crucible of technology and tradition, even the most ordinary moments were steeped in heightened importance. The juxtaposition of everyday life with the harsh realities of war generated a dynamic landscape where courage met apprehension, and where each citizen unknowingly prepared to be part of a story that defied simple explanation, an enigmatic prelude to one unforgettable night. In the days preceding that mysterious night, Los Angeles teetered on the edge of anticipation and unease. The city's residents, already conditioned by relentless news of distant battles, noticed subtle shifts in the atmosphere. Unusual sightings in the skies and fragments of intercepted radio chatter fanned the flames of speculation. As I guide you through these critical hours, envision a city slowly stirring with heightened vigilance, a metropolis where every whispered rumor began to take on monumental significance. Military officials, ever watchful, increased night patrols and scrutinized every shadow cast by the moonlight. Detailed accounts of fleeting shapes in the clouds circulated among local communities, further fueling the growing list of questions. Observers recalled odd glints in the night sky, as if mischievous reflections played tricks on the eyes, while trained personnel started to reconsider their earlier assessments. On that fateful eve, the delicate balance between caution and alarm reached a breaking point. The relentless march of anxiety turned the bustling city into a stage where even the most mundane sounds took on the timbre of impending danger. Every heartbeat echoed in time with the measured steps of soldiers and the cautious meanderings of civilians who had suddenly become both witnesses and participants in a drama where every moment was ripe with both fear and possibility. As twilight surrendered to a star-pocked sky, Los Angeles transformed into a realm of surreal drama. I recount vividly the unfolding of events that have since been remembered as the Battle of Los Angeles, a night when reality and illusion danced a fragile waltz. The city was cloaked in an eerie stillness, punctured only by the steady murmur of distant traffic and the whispered prayers of anxious souls. It was on this night that anti-aircraft batteries, standing at ready in strategic positions across town, suddenly erupted in frenetic activity. The sky above shimmered with bursts of light as flares ignited one after another, creating dazzling patterns that both illuminated and confused. Every flash of light acted as a beacon, momentarily revealing the anxious faces of soldiers, who operated the guns with a blend of rigorous training and deep-seated uncertainty. In those tensely charged moments, each burst of anti-aircraft fire was like a heartbeat in the dark, a rapid staccato rhythm of hope, fear, and duty colliding. Although the soldiers had been trained to engage any appearance of an enemy shadow, what they encountered was, in fact, nothing more than a cascade of erratic electrical signals and misinterpreted sensor data. The city's inhabitants, startled from their beds, emerged from homes only to look upward in awe and confusion. On sidewalks and in backyards, people in suspenders and cloche hats alike watched as the spectacle unfolded. Engineered missiles of light painted the night, yet no tangible threat descended from above. There was no roaring of enemy aircraft, no unmistakable silhouette of a bomber emerging from the clouds, only the ghostly illumination of a city caught in the grip of its own fears. Observers later noted that the frantic interplay between orders and miscommunications among the military ranks deepened the surreal quality of the encounter. In that moment, the cosmos itself seemed to conspire with the human mind, blurring the boundaries between genuine threat and the haunting echo of wartime anxiety. The scene was an indelible imprint on the collective memory of Los Angeles, a narrative where every flare and every shadow played its part in a mystery that defied definitive explanation. In the quiet hours following the tumult, Los Angeles slowly reclaimed its composure, though the remnants of the night's chaos lingered in whispered conversations and cautious glances skyward. The anti-aircraft batteries gradually fell silent, their echoes replaced by the tentative return to normalcy in a city once again daring to hope. I traced the unfolding of events in the aftermath, a period marked by reflection, relief, and persistent questions. Local newspapers, in a careful blend of reporting and restraint, detailed the episode with an air of both incredulity and measured accuracy. Headlines that once brimmed with wartime valor now carried the weight of uncertainty, prompting spirited debates among readers. In government briefings, officials expressed relief that no enemy forces had materialized, yet they also acknowledged the sobering lesson that wartime paranoia can sometimes blur the line between genuine danger and the illusions of a troubled mind. Public sentiment swelled in waves, a mix of gratitude for the absence of external threat and criticism over what many perceived as an overreaction fueled by fear. In community meetings and hushed late-night discussions, citizens pondered how easily a city's defenses could deceive itself in the grip of anxiety. The memory of that night, with its explosive display of misdirected valor, left an indelible mark on Los Angeles, creating a legacy that continues to inspire both historical inquiry and creative reinterpretation in the modern era. As time has marched forward from that enigmatic night, modern interpretations of the Battle of Los Angeles have sprouted a myriad of theories, each as colorful and imaginative as the bursts of light that once filled the city's skies. In my exploration of these perspectives, I invite you to consider both the historical documentation and the swirling narratives that have emerged over decades. Some historians argue that the incident was merely a potent amalgamation of technological glitches and wartime paranoia, a false alarm amplified by the heated tensions of the era. Others, however, have embraced more speculative interpretations, suggesting that unknown, perhaps even extraterrestrial, elements may have contributed to the spectacle. With the benefit of modern technology and more advanced investigative techniques, researchers have revisited archival records and eyewitness testimonies to sift fact from fiction. The juxtaposition of polished digital analyses with grainy black and white photos and faded newspaper reports creates a layered mosaic of truth and myth. As I conclude this narrative, the enduring mystery serves as a testament to the power of human emotion amid crisis, a reminder that even in the most meticulously planned military protocols, the element of human fallibility and imagination can foment events that defy rational explanation. The tale of that night in Los Angeles endures as both a historical lesson and a cautionary tale about our propensity to see danger in the delicate dance of shadows and light. By reflecting on this incident, we not only revisit a pivotal chapter in wartime history, but also gain insight into the timeless struggles between perception and reality, between fear and reason, a story as intriguing today as it was on that unforgettable night.